Hello dear traders, happy Saturday. Some of you may have read my forum post and I thought these are important topics, so I should at least make this video and talk about this. So you have to understand, everyone, okay? If you want to trade forex, you have to be aware that you are literally competing not only with some of the best minds on this planet, but also with AI, with super sophisticated algorithms, with some of the most successful companies of the world economy. So you have to understand the statistics, which are well known, that over 90% of traders lose, are based on reality. Okay? As a trader on the buy side, the odds are completely against you. And apart from all this complexity in the market itself, okay, how everything unfolds, how the market manipulation is conducted, and so on, we have other things such as the broker spread manipulations, snippet manipulations, and also your own human psychology, your discipline, okay, your preparation to the game, and all these kind of things, okay? So you have to reach certain milestones in all of these areas. Okay, so here you can see the steps which allow you to become a causality trader. Now, you have to understand, no matter what other people say on the internet, if you manage to become a complete causality trader within a year, that's pretty fast. People on the internet try to sell you a dream which doesn't exist. They try to sell you a get-rich-quick scheme. Okay, it's all BS. Sorry, I have to say it that way. Okay, the YouTube traders that just want views and clicks, they're more concerned about the thumbnails than about the content. People who sell indicators, EAs, and all that stuff, they just want to sell. Okay, many brokers and prop firms that just want you to open up accounts with them, etc., etc. That's how it is. Okay, they try to sell you an illusion, a dream, which is not realistic. That's why this FX industry is so problematic, and I talked about this before. So most traders will probably need 2-3 years to become good causality traders. It's also possible in less if you are more committed. Now 1 year is very fast, believe it or not. I'm telling you on this channel here how things are. I do not care. I tell you the reality. And some people, they just don't like it. Some people literally want to be sold dreams. Some people are literally looking also for scams. But that's not what we do here. Here I try to explain to you the game on the basis of reality. That's why I explained all the market causality. Because that's how it works, okay? And that's proven. I explain how they take the stops subject to the dumb money positions, how they fill the OSTs, order gap zones, and all that subject to the money positions, how they create squeezes for all reversals, and all these phenomena you need to understand. Now, these steps here, they are already very compressed. Okay, so do not cut corners. Don't. Okay? You have to respect the game. The game itself is complex. The market causality is not rocket science, but it requires you to be dedicated, okay, and to be serious about the game, to be committed. Do not try to just learn a few things and then go live. That will not work. Do yourself a favor by becoming very prepared, and before you even do your first live trade, you have already prepared yourself adequately. There is no reason, by the way, why you shouldn't trade on demo before going live. There's no reason. I don't care what anybody says. You know, it doesn't matter that maybe the execution is a bit better on a demo account, okay? It doesn't matter if you get a 1 pip more or less. Whether your overall trading approach, style, and strategy works, that's not affected by that. Okay, so stop coming with excuses. You should open a demo account and prove to yourself that you understood the causality. As simple as that. Even if it's just for a few weeks, at least you have to do that. So you don't need to lose any money at all in that process. Let me be very clear. And also, trading shouldn't be a dopamine chase. Professional trading is rather boring because it is very controlled. I still find it exciting in some ways, but you're not trying to make a massive win in a single day and double your account in a week. That's all BS. Anyone who claims these kind of things is a salesman, has no clue what he's talking about, okay? Unfortunately, these days, most stuff on the internet, as I said, is scam, as simple as that. All these guys are they are scammers. Most of them don't even trade, or, you know, they made their money in other ways and they try to pretend that they are trading and that this would be the main focus, which is not the case. So let's quickly go through the steps, okay? You have to watch the basic videos on this playlist. That is to enable you to have some background information. You need to understand how the overall setup really is in the market, yeah? That the dumb money positions are targeted, that the stops are taken out, that it's not about supply and demand. You have to understand these things. And I've also shown all the evidence, all kinds of things. Okay, then you need to at least watch some of the MK block summaries and live trades so that you get a feel for how things unfold in front of you. You should then maybe do this for the lazy ones among us playlist. Don't just do it on its own and then trade, please. Okay, you will end up in trouble. Don't impose stress on yourself. There's no reason to do it. This is just maybe to have a summary of some general concepts after you had loads of input, so to be able to prioritize correctly. Then you should, of course, watch the video course, because that's the complete picture with all the meta levels. And then, as I said, you should start trading demo with the MK web and maybe MK block if you need it, okay? If you have proven to yourself that you can trade profitably with the MK, only after that you should go live, okay? And you start trading small and you increase continuously. You understand? That should be the process, nothing else. Do not cut any of those quarters. That's as compressed as it gets. And if you're super fast, you may get all this done below a year. Then you're already fast. People have done that. Many people will need longer. They will need 2 years, okay? But again, this is your reality check. If you can't trade well on demo, do not even think about going live or starting a challenge or doing whatever, okay? There's no point, literally. I'm telling you straight. So if you're serious about this game, okay, you will sit down and do that. And every person is a little bit different. Some people need to watch more MK block summaries. Some people need to go all the way back and watch lots of live trades, okay, which are still out there on the channel. Other people, they're faster, and you also have to consider that people use MK in different ways. Some people have already a complete system. They just need to filter out certain signals with the MK. Other people want to trade the MK outright, okay? Depending on these kind of things, the intensity of your preparation changes as well. That's intuitive, isn't it? Someone who wants to trade the MK outright, better go step by step. As simple as that. Do not cut corners. You need to understand these different aspects of it. You don't need to watch every single video. That's too much. I have almost 1,000 videos on the channel. You don't need to do that neither, or the very old videos. However, you need to watch a good amount of MK block summaries to understand, this is how it unfolds. On the best case, you subscribe to the MK web, and then, you know, you tape read it for a few weeks also. And you make your notes and journal. Okay? And you can, in the best case, you do that next to your demo trading. And once you have completed that, you have shown to yourself, well, look, I'm ready. And that's good for your self-confidence because you know what you're doing. So all you need to do now in the last step is to focus on your trade execution and things such as emotions and your mindset. The blah, blah stuff, as I call it, yeah? And blah, blah, I don't mean that it's not important. It's very important. But with blah, blah, I mean because it's qualitative. It's not quantitative, okay? You need to understand the causality, the black and white principles. You need to understand the mechanics in order to analyze correctly. But then, of course, when it comes to your trading, you need to also have control over emotions. You can destroy any system. You can also destroy the market causality by either cutting corners or by gambling. Okay? We are not gambling. Gambling is the opposite of trading. If a trade goes wrong, you have either your stop in place or a policy and you manage it. Okay? We are not just gambling and placing random trades and hoping that they all will come. This is not going to happen. You will not reach a high win-loss ratio at the beginning. Only over time, your win-loss ratio increases because you become more experienced. And with each tape reading week, you will have more experience. Also, more memory, by the way, in your brain, literally. Okay, you will say, oh, 3 weeks ago I saw all the OSTs getting filled. This now is the same situation. We don't have a squeeze in the way. I can trade the same thing. These kind of conclusions. Okay, that's basically how you quickly improve, because you quickly gain experience. And if you are not getting there and you get stuck and you get kicked out on all that, use a forum. Okay, post your trades, your past trades, and let's analyze. And I will also look at it and try to explain, where did you go wrong, why didn't it work, okay, what part of the puzzle was not considered. Okay, and that's good for also our little community here to learn and get better. So please use a forum. Okay, it's a good idea. Some people have done that in the past and it has helped. Yeah, so that's basically what I have to say about that. I believe it's very, you won't find any fast track like this one around. Look, all the other stuff is literally BS. I'm sorry, okay? People who try to sell you trade signals, that doesn't work in the long term. We know that. People want to invite you to the Discord groups and talk among each other. They're just advertising, okay? It's always the same. All right? So do not blame the messenger. Respect the game. The market causality is intuitive, okay? But you can't just read 10 hours and then go live. That's not how this works. And I've always said clearly, okay? That's not what we do. Be serious. If you want trading to be a business and not an expensive hobby, you treat it as such. And you have your business plan in place, which is your trade plan, your risk policy, how much you risk per trade, what pairs you focus on, what kind of setups you focus on. And everything is there. Look also at the mini course, which summarizes some common setups. And then, practice literally, as I said, demo. And then once you're ready, it's live, and you start small and you work your way up. That's basically how it has to be. That's professional trading, like when you are adaptive. You're adaptive to the market, and because at some point what happens, once you internalize the market causality, you start to get an intuition, and that's when you become an advanced trader. Okay, then you quickly see all the information in front of you, but your brain subconsciously is already recognizing the same scenarios which have been there weeks before. Okay, because the market causality is repetitive. We have phases where there are squeezes and the markets run in one direction, followed by a phase where we have all the 4-hour reversals and the market goes from one channel side to the other. You see? Followed by maybe a flat phase, followed by another squeeze in the same or opposite direction, followed by a flat market with then house cleaning with the FOMC taking stops, followed by an easy market phase where you have loads of MTS runs, followed by another easy week, loads of OST runs, followed by another week which then becomes more difficult because it becomes more whipsaw with the money switches. It's a certain rhythm. You can internalize it, okay? And by now you can even go back and watch all the MK's web summaries, because for every week I've done it for quite a while now. So you can literally go back and analyze the market, how it was back then. And I say often, this was difficult, this was an easy week, okay? I incorporate this. So to make a long story short, most of that stuff is for free, as you know. 80% of my work here is for free. Many people have benefited. If you're serious about it, consume the free stuff, then go to the cheap video course, consume that, okay, go step by step, and then, work your way up until you found an approach which works for you individually. And then you match that with a risk policy you feel comfortable with. And that varies a lot among people. Some people are risk averse, some people are risk loving, some people are in the middle. Some people like to trade a lot, other people like to trade less. Okay, this is very different, individual. You need some customization, let's say, of your approach. All right, and if you do all that, then you can become a trader who benefits from leading information, okay, who does not get stop hunted, who does not position hunted, and you have the discipline to wait for the right days and moments to trade, who follows the risk plan, who doesn't gamble around, and who trades to win, really. Okay, so and then it becomes an enjoyable experience as well, because you're not scared, you're not nervous or anything. All you gotta do is work well in that manner. It's not necessary to risk a lot. Okay, let me tell you that straight away. No matter what you read on the internet, people claiming all things. I make 100K. 100K in what? It doesn't, on a million, on 10 million, 100 million? Okay, whenever someone mentions like an absolute amount like that, be careful. Traders or professionals, they don't talk like that. They talk in percentages. Okay, it doesn't matter what kind of amounts you're talking. It's all about the percentage. As simple as that. So there's so weird habits among all these YouTube traders which expose themselves instantly. Okay, anyone who knows the game will directly see these guys have no clue what they talk about. No clue. And all they do is try to sell you the dream of trading profitably from home, okay, out of your comfort zone. That's not what it is. Trading is a three-dimensional chess game. It's a mental game. And you better come prepared when you want to compete with all these people and entities I've mentioned at the beginning. Otherwise, I promise you, you will lose money. I promise you. You're gonna lose money. And then what happens? You get into this downward spiral. You start to jump looking for other things, okay, for other indicators, strategies, EAs, and it gets worse and worse. And all what happens is your overall amount of money piles up, which the market has taken from you. Okay, don't be one of those people. Don't. Who looks for the next big thing. The market causality is as close as you will ever get to the Holy Grail. Even top banks don't have a setup like that. And they still haven't discovered it. So now is the time to really use it. No one can take anything away from you. No matter what happens in the future, if this disappears or whatever, okay, you use the chance to tape read, and it's in your brain. You have seen all the mechanics unfolding. So that will help you regardless of what happens in the future. It will help you. If you one day maybe, I don't know, create an own system, approach, whatever, you will remember, oh, that's how the algos operate. I need to somehow incorporate that in my approach. I can't ignore that. Okay, so do yourself a favor. Treat this as a business. Go step by step. This is already super compressed. But do not try to cut corners and, and to be sloppy. Every mistake in this game will cost you money. Every weakness by you will be exploited by the market. That's how this is designed. So do not come to a gunfight with a knife, as I say. Lots of love. Take care.